You know what? It's all good. It's all good. Guess what, though? This week, we're going to play some music in the background while we do this podcast. Yes. Yes. It's been a while since I've done that. And if you guys remember, I think when I came back on the podcast in November, I said the reason why I wasn't doing music, and I think around the summertime too, was that every time I try to put the music in the background, like the playlist part kind of mess up. But shout out to Apple with the new files management that they have, to which you can browse inside your folder to get certain tracks from there. So I'm gonna start putting the tracks in the files folder from now on, which works well with the Spreaker, also known as Recorder app. And my keys done fell down. Ain't that about something? But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And then after that, that would be perfect to have the music in the background, stuff like that. What you guys, what they hear in the background in regards to the music is some tracks I played before last year. If you guys remember the motivational mixtape I put out called When the Wolves Come, Value 1, which came out last year. Value 2 is supposed to come out this year, but I'm going to actually push that towards 2019. Ouch, dang it, if I touch my nose ring one more dang time. Shh. Those of you who want to get your nose pierced, I'll give you word of advice. If you get yourself one of the little nose piercing studs, be careful on try to rub your face or something and kind of like nudging it, because if you nudge it too fast, it gets a nice little pinch where you be like and things of that nature. But other than, because I was trying to scratch my nose, so she's why I said ouch. But other than that though, we go start on today's podcast. What's a nice podcast and things of that nature. We got home in time to do it, which is a blessing. Which I'm not coming home like around 7 or 8. Staying late and doing these big behind aircrafts that sometimes I do not want to do. Especially Irish coming out, especially as busy as it has been over at my job since I got back on Wednesday. So this week's been hectic, and I'm really looking forward to those off days. I didn't know I was off on Christmas. That's when you know you need to do something new. When you working a 9 to 5, because you start to forget things and start to forget the dates of stuff, and then once you look up, like, oh, I got Christmas off, like I can go in and get the overtime. I was thinking about doing that, but if I do, I'm going to tell them, hey, y'all, I'm going to need Sunday off. I'm going to need to go back to church on everything, because man, I'm working on Sundays. I'm like, I'm always against that on everything. Reason why? God's time, but I give God His time, literally, throughout the week and things of that nature. But I know that on Sunday, it's like, yes, and get myself right in order, because I know lately been going on a little dark trip mentally a little bit sometimes. So that's what life in regards to bills and trying to see, plan for next year, things of that nature, and then working on musical projects and try to get the radio show back up. We almost did last night, but I need to actually, and that's one update so I'll tell you guys about too. Almost did the radio show last night, but one of the little broadcasting sites I go to, I don't think it works with the program that I have, which is Tractor Pro 3 by Native Instruments. If so, then I got to remember the configurations, because it's been like damn near 5.5 or 4.5 or probably 3.5 years, whatever, since I had done like an online radio show. So it's been a cool minute. And I don't have Virtual DJ, the full version, anymore. So, well, I ain't gonna mention I got the full version, but yeah. But other than that, I don't have the full version of that anymore. So I might actually bite the bamboo stick and just try out the $20 a month thingy for it, if it works out pretty good. Because I know the full version is $300. And I'm like, the reason why I got the Tractor Pro 3 last month was because it was on the Thanksgiving sale. And from 100 something, whatever dollars, it was down to 50. I was like, oh, I'm going to get this. But I'm going to actually learn how to broadcast off the tracker thingy and then figure out some other solutions so that way I can be able to broadcast the music. 'Cause I've been wanting to do a music online radio show for a cool minute, ladies and gents. Like, I've been really waiting to come back. Because you guys see me do my podcasting sometimes, and sometimes you guys see me talk like this. Normally, this is my DJ voice while I talk on my online radio station and things of that nature. So, to be set back a couple of years because one of the programs don't want to work anymore and things of that nature, it's like, yeah. It's like I've been wanting to come back on the air for about the past couple of years. And this was the month where I was like I'm still pushing hard on it. So, I'm going to try to find a solution after we get done with tonight's podcast, and then from there I'm going to try to figure out what I can use to broadcast on Projector Pro 3, what settings I need to use, and figure it out so that way I can get the show on the road. Because in this whole week I've been like, man, screw I'll be doing my job. Our brother literally been on the iTunes and Spotify, picking out certain songs. Let's go play on the radio show, things of that nature. Songs that I have and songs I need to get. And so, matter of fact, I did say I was going to use the hard drives and switch some of the music over from the big hard drive to the small one. Only and because since I had took everything off my MacBook because of the storage space of the terabyte hard drive, put everything on an external portable hard drive, which is 8 terabytes, I kind of make my laptop like slate clean and everything. So, ain't nothing on iTunes but the new instrumental albums and some of the EPs that I have done. That's it. And some of the instrumentals you guys are going to hear tonight. If you guys remember me talking about last year I said that Death of a Faladino, if I use chapters 11 and 12, Death Rosa was supposed to come out last year. Well, I was going to push it out around this time last year. But I said, no, let me push it out in 2018. That instrumental album, ladies and gents, is now out on Tidal, Spotify, and Apple Music. Streaming only. It's not going to be on the other major online streaming sites until later on next year. It's the reason why I had done it this way and things of that nature. Not to mention that Spotify, Apple Music actually pays the producers and things a little bit more too. So yeah. So I'm keeping everything streaming service wise. Speaking of which, I need to look into my little DistroKid account and see how much money I have up in there. Money I really do not touch, low key. I just let it continue to grow from the online streaming and stuff like that. But other than that, though, you guys gonna hear some tracks from there, and some of those tracks literally comes from the When the Wolves Come motivational mixtape I did last year. So some of the tracks kind of been a little bit more updated and things, and they sound beautiful, and they actually fit the latest instrumental album theme perfectly too. So it was a blessing. To be real, When the Wolves Come, the motivational mixtape Value 1, that was actually the next instrumental album for Volumes Chapter 11 and 12, low key. But when I made those tracks off the fly and things of that nature to correspond with what we was talking about, it set everything at a perfect pace, to which it set the foundation for me to not really make as much. I mean, I made a whole lot of instrumentals this year, but not make as much for the next instrumental album. But instead, the theme of the instrumental album and everything else fit together. And you guys will also be hearing the Mono Fe Latino Chapter 6, Memories of Emotions, the alternate or alternative, but the alternate edition instrumental album that I have out as well. Well, it should be dropping in store sometime this week. It might come out on Christmas. You never know. Supposed to come out on the 13th last week, but unfortunately, that didn't get a chance to happen because let me see, some album titles wasn't formatted right for certain online streaming sites, and then I think like yesterday, whatever, the picture wasn't at the right format and things, so it's just a whole lot of BS last week and part of this week. But at the same time, I wasn't tripping about it because I'm trying to get out from working from LAX, so I'm doing wherever I can in regards to my music and the radio show and all the stuff. Like, I'm grinding. Like, I had to grind this hard on my stuff musically and also businessly in a while. And I love it because I go to work, be like, man, woo, 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 woo. Sometimes, so I just don't talk to nobody because, I put it this way, you have your days where you don't want nobody to be talking to you, whatever, and things of that nature. Especially if you go to a job that you dislike. So I've been working basically on my career and things of that nature. And music is a very good career, especially if we have the connections and you work in the television and movie type of industry, low key. Well, I'll put it this way. Television and film placements, music placements. Reason being, because especially with television music, they looking for music each and every day and stuff like that. And like most folks try, be like, oh, I want to get $1 million doing this. Well, just talk to the music director and just ask them what's their budget. That's how you really make your money. You talk to people and ask them what's their budget. And then once they let you know, then y'all come to agreement on something that works for both parties. Nothing wrong with that. I'll be honest. Like with some of the music I got from streaming, I think like a year before, whatever, it was nothing big. I took a look and I was like, okay, you got $14 in your little account. I was like, okay, that's cool. And, bumped up to 50 and then, just keep continuing to grow. I'm like, cool. I'm like, I'm actually making money, on the streaming part of my music. Because, we sell your beats and things of that nature. Well, when you lease them, like you leasing a car, you can also lease instrumental beats. So when you lease them, you get charged a little bit more extra and stuff like that. But here's the thing, though. You're making your own money by your own self. Not working for somebody else and expecting a paycheck from a motherfucker, if you guys know what I mean. My apologies, ladies and gents. I was really trying to hold off from cursing. And unfortunately, I got in the mode because I said what I just said just now in my head and just flew out my mouth. My apologies. We're going to try to keep it PG. So with that, let's play one of the instrumentals that we had have on the new instrumental album, things of that nature. And the funny thing is, I made this particular instrumental off of my phone not too long ago before my birthday. So, which was last month. So yeah. And it's also on a DJ Skylo EP that I have called The Other Side of Me. You really have to look up DJ Skylo, Skyelo, literally DJ and Skylo. For those of you that ever heard my radio show, if not, my online radio show, if not, let me give you an introduction to how it sounds like. We're going to go with the Midnight's Classics Soul version. So, with that though, welcome ladies and gents to another edition of the Business Mind Leaders, aka hashtag The Roses Will Stand. This is December 21st, 2018. It is now 6:33 or 18:33 p.m. by the time, I think we start talking around 6:20 something, whatever, I forgot. So, but yeah. 6:33 or 18:33 in Army time. This is week 107, sessions 521 to 525. For this week of December 17th to the 21st of 2018. Like, damn. Christmas is literally around the corner, ladies and gents. Squeaking chairs. But yeah, Christmas is literally around the corner. New Year is around the corner. And the question to you guys about the new year is, what are you doing this month to set up your January? To set up new grand adventures and things? What are you guys doing? Don't make no damn New Year's resolution. New me, new this, new. And go to the last part. Just make things happen. Period. But other than that, I'm your host. Let's put the music on first, though. I know that was kind of loud. Well, it might not be loud, because I got the headphones on. Oh, did I turn the headphones down my part? But ladies and gents, let's give a proper introduction, though, as to how we're going to do this right here. So I'm going to turn this up just a little bit like this. I'm going to let you guys know this is how we're going to get down. Ladies and gents, welcome to Another edition of the podcast. I go by your host. Go by the name of Chinchilla Q. Also known as Q Moore, DJ Skylove of HipRockerProductions.com. Business Minus Leaders, aka The Wolf's Inn. Midnight Espresso, aka The Lounge. Welcome. With that, ladies and gents, we about to start this podcast right now. I got some dope topics to talk to you about, so let's get into it. So on December 17, 2018, on Blessed Mondays, we have one word. This is the one word week again. Talk about reflection. In the Webster Dictionary, it means an instance of reflecting, the production of an image by or as if by a mirror, the action of bending or folding back. Something produced by reflecting, such as an image given back by a reflecting surface, an effect produced by an influence, or an often obscure or indirect criticism. Screw that one, but this is what I want to talk about. A thought, idea, or opinion form or a remark made as a result of meditation. Or, the better one I like, consideration of some subject, matter, idea, or purpose. Reflection. I just mentioned a few minutes ago. What are you doing with your December 2018 that's going to set up your January 2019 and the year coming up? What are you going to reflect that's going to set you up at a high standard to which you're not working a 9-to-5 job? Unless you like your 9-to-5 job, I always say in my podcast, it's much power to you. But if you're looking towards doing something greater in life and you don't know what it is, you need to reflect on what it is that you truly like to do and work on that and make that to a career or something. Now we talk about things that's legal, not illegal. Don't need nobody going to jail behind that for stupid or anything. Just keeping it real. Next track. This track, if you guys heard the When the Wolves Come, Tell You One, I'm Unofficial Mixtape, it's on there. I forgot which track it is, which I talked about on, but other than that, let's get back into it. So, with reflection though, ladies and gents, you guys need to really truly reflect as to what it is you want to do in life. You need to reflect as to what it is that you're interested in that will most definitely set you up at a high standard in life to really do something purposeful, as opposed to doing the same mediocre work and then complaining about the same shit each and every damn day. I hear a whole lot of complaining at my job about stupid stuff, but the same thing that's been going on the past couple years. Tired of hearing it. Literally. So here's the thing. If you want to do something greater than what you're doing right now at your job, then reflect on what it is that you love to do and make that to a career. Let's continue. So on the Grind Tuesdays, December 18, 2018, we talked about the word determination. In the dictionary, it means, let's see if we can find the right definition for it. The resolving of a question by argument or reasoning. The act of deciding definitely and firmly. Firm or fixed intention to achieve a desired end. So, or fixing or finding of the position, magnitude, value, or character as something such as. Well, here's what goes about determination. I'll give you a good example of determination. I was determined this month to put out 3 projects. One on the 7th, one on the 13th, one on the 21st. I was determined this month to try to do a radio show. Has not been successful, but here's the thing. Still setting up the purpose behind it. I am determined to get out the job I'm working at over at LAX. Because I'm not about to put in 7 years working over there. When I will love to go back to flying out of states and go to new places. While at the same time being a music producer, an entrepreneur, and a podcaster, well, I can speak and everything. It's like I want to go big with this. Now I ain't talking about going to the industry. I'm talking about doing my own thing, but still getting paid doing what I love to do. So my determination this month was like, if you want, I told myself, I said, bro, you want to set up your 2019, you need to be determined to get shit done, period, this month to set it up for next year. Especially when I have some of the right people like, yo, 2019 is the year. I'm like, you know what? 2019 is the damn year to do great things. Get out the fear of things. What are you going to be determined, ladies and gents, to do? What are you going to determine? Let me rephrase that. What is your determination in life? What are you determined to change that once again will get you in a better position? Like, what are you truly determined to do? You have to find something that will truly get you to the next level. You can't just be staying the same. That's not cool at all. It's not cool. But we gonna tone it down just a little too. I'm actually trying to create a song off of this too. Like seriously, like this everlasting. Ain't supposed to sound like that. Only you. Or something a little bit more deeper. But other than that, though, this everlasting life. Or this everlasting life. This ever knowing. Only you. That's been trademarked too. My bad. It's one of the instrumentals I actually like that I created. Actually, it's actually part 2 of it. Part 1 is on, if I'm not mistaken, Death of a Valentino Value 0, Tears of Death Part 2. It's on one of those 2 albums. No, it's on Tears of Realities. Tears of Reality, chapter 1, I believe. Because it's like a 2-part. It's a 2-part track, like inside of the track. Anyways, whoops. I'm still gonna stop that one. Accidentally paused the podcast. My apologies. Next one. This is also on the motivational mixtape. I forgot. Oh, it's on When the Wolves Come. Value 1. Motivational mixtape. The track is called Rich or Wealth. If I'm not mistaken, I think this is the track for it. The track on there I have on there is called Rich or Wealth. This is actually called Who Is It Part 2. But the reason why I said the track is called Rich or Wealth off the motivational mixtape is because I talk about the difference between being rich and being wealthy. So check that out. That's also on Apple Music and Spotify and other major sites. But on December 19, 2018, Motivational Wednesdays, we talked about aspiration, which means a strong desire to achieve something high or great, and aspirations to become great. Forget about the little examples. But basically the definition for it, a strong desire to achieve something high or greater. So what inspires you in life to willing to be making a change? Notice I keep saying change a lot, because in order to grow in life, you're going to need to change. there's a whole lot of folks that I see in my job. Mostly it's a whole lot of women. And most of them low-key are so stuck in old ways. I can tell that they haven't grown up per se as much. Some I could tell has grown, so I could tell it's going to hit the next level in the next couple of years. And others I could tell, they like twice older than me, and they still stuck in old ways and things of that nature. It's like y'all intelligent, know how to do taxes and other stuff like that, but y'all just still stuck on ignorant stuff. And that's not cool. So whatever your age is, this goes for guys and girls. It's like, what's your aspiration? What are you aspired to do in life? I mean, like, what it is that you should want to do. Really think about it. And most folks, y'all don't really want to be thinking about, what it is that you want to do in life, because y'all really be afraid of making a change. What the hell are you afraid of? If you could get your ass up each and every morning to go to a job that you do not like, and then complain about it throughout the whole day, and things of that nature, squeaky chairs, then all of a sudden, the reason why I said that because I'm moving back on the chair though, then all of a sudden, what tends to happen is that you're just not inspired to do anything. And you just go live a boring, mediocre ass life that you can just do the same thing over and over again and not really enjoy what life has to offer. I mean, you may have some cool little moments here and there, but if you want to enjoy life each and every day, then y'all got to have something that inspires you to do great things. And with that, for Daily Tips Thursday, December 20th, 2018, we talk about inspiration, which means a defined influence or action on a person believed to qualify him or her to receive, communicate sacred revelation. No, the action or power of moving the intellect or emotions. The act of influencing or suggesting opinions. The act of drawing in. The quality or state of being inspired. Something that is inspired, a scheme that was pure inspiration. Basically, inspiration, what it really means, the action of or power of moving the intellect of emotion. You know what? Inspiration. We all get inspired by somebody or by something. Us as music producers, and those of us that are speakers as well, we get hella inspired by listening to other music producers and listen to other speakers. Reason being because the inspiration comes within us from hearing somebody else's work, and we don't hate on the other person. We just like, yo, we like, this is how they get down. If we know that person, we like, yo, like, this is how they really get down. Like, I'm proud of so and so. I know a whole lot of speakers and a whole lot of music producers that's just ridiculous, and I always cheer them on. Like, y'all, like, I'll be like, y'all keep pushing on y'all crap. I'm like, y'all about to hit it. Like, y'all just keep doing the damn thing. Literally, I give motivation and inspiration towards those that I'm inspired by. When it comes to music producers, it's a stigma inside the industry where niggas really be hating on each other. But then you look on the outside, excuse my language. I know y'all never heard me say, well, you heard me say that word before a couple times. But other than that, though, I just had to sound such a hood part come up by saying. But other than that, you have individuals that music producers or speakers or whatever, and they just truly, on everything, just inspire each other. Like, I know some of these production buddies that I could easily recreate my own drum, my own sound if they wanted to. But I know that when they put out a project, I love hearing their work, because I'm like, okay, how they do this? How they do that? Like, what inspired them to create this track this way? What inspired them to add that snare, add that drum, add that kick, add that hi-hat, add that melody? Like, what? I kid you not. Like, I don't hate on other producers or anybody like that. I listen to other producers and things to get a new bass and a new sound and things of that nature. That's on everything. And part of the reason, and even with the speaking, like, I like listening to other speakers like Gary Vaynerchuk, Grant Cardone, Eric Thomas, some of the old school cats like Napoleon Hill, other folks I can't think of at the moment. But I like listening to other people and other speakers and things of that nature. Why? Because it's cool to hear other people's stories and how they really get down when they speaking in different topics and things of that nature. I mean, you really had to appreciate folks, and especially when it comes to music and speaking of things, you really have to appreciate folks' craft and how they just get down with it. Like some of you that listen to my podcast, some of you might want to try to be a speaker or, things of that nature. Some of y'all like, this dude does this and he cusses a lot. Like, what? Like we curse in the podcast? Yes! It's your own podcast. You can say some couple words and flip it out the mouth and things of that nature. Not everybody likes to cuss and things of that nature, which is why I always apologize. But not everybody, get down like that. I know I listen to some other podcasts where they really be like off with the mouth, but they talking about certain topics that most folks, if they hear it in a normal setting without cursing, they would not be able to comprehend or understand it. Because I don't know why, but the human mind is very complex and so unique in a way to which you can have an intellectual conversation with somebody that's not on the same level as you and they don't understand the damn word you say. But if you throw in a word like motherfucker out there with the language, of what you try to talk about, they sometimes understand it. And it's crazy. It's like, and I start learning, like, wow, like folks really, it's like some folks really cannot comprehend intellectual conversations unless they're cursing with it. Which is kind of sad, but look at the society we live in America. Or look at the society that you live in your own country. But what are you inspired about? Because whatever gives you inspiration, just know that you can do the same thing too. Everybody keeps saying that certain jobs and things, the market's all flooded, whatever, or you can't do what you don't want to do. Bullshit. You can do whatever you want to do. If something inspires you to do what it is you want to do, go ahead and make it happen. And especially if you want to make a change in your life, you're going to need to make it happen. But also, especially on December 21st, which is today, on this Friday, Box Status Fridays, we talk about the word communication, which means a process by which information is exchanged between individuals through a common system of symbols, signs, or behavior. The function of pheromones and insect communication. Well, forget the last part. But basically, what that actually means. And we'll go get down to the last track. Let's see, which one do I want to play? Nah. Boom. Boom. And this is from the Alternative Edition album. And this track is called Who Are You? Which is also the same title that is also on the Motivational Mixtape entitled When the Wheels Come Volume 1, which came out last year, which is on Apple Music, Spotify, and other streaming sites. And the track title on there is literally called Who Are You? I just kept it for this album because it fits the theme for Death Roses. You guys will hit the instrumental, you guys will actually hear the introduction for Death Roses off of this Alternative Edition album. Because I actually did an introduction for this album and Death Roses and everything. Because Death Roses doesn't really have an introduction. It's like straight up, you put the first track called Eternal Sadness and bam, you are in the story mode. I'm going to tell you right now. For those of you that know how to listen to music with your eyes closed while falling asleep, Death Roses is best listened to like that. Read the titles first and then listen to it with your eyes closed. You get a totally different experience as to how the story is actually played out. But before I even talk, just listen to this Alternative Edition part real quick. And then we'll get into communication. Don't get things twisted now. When I create music, I create it from a different space and time to which when you hear it, hear something unique. You see different places that you get inspired by, the aspiration, the determination, and just you learn by the reflection of life, by having that communication to truly understand music or anything else in general. You see, ladies and gents, what it really comes down to what it is you really want to do. You need to learn how to communicate on a higher level. What I mean by a higher level of communication, you need to learn not how to be afraid to talk to people. Those that wear high titles of CEO or whatever. Always remember, they're human, just like you and me. Their time may be limited because they gotta handle a whole lot of problems. You see, what most folks don't realize, even in the 9-to-5 job force, is that a 9-to-5 job make you a slave because they tell you what you need to do, but you don't feel excitement or inspired to do the job that you do because you're just like, okay, I'm just doing this job. You don't see no purpose of it. If they do tell you the purpose of it, be like me sometimes at over at LH working for certain companies, you find out what that company's purpose, but you look at the bigger picture like, so I'm basically working, making somebody else their money, while I'm getting paid a little bit of money I could barely live on. As opposed to have that communication to actually talk to different individuals, or better fact, have that communication to talk to different people about your business to create more opportunities. Keyword: create more opportunities, more greater excitement as to learning new things, and have a deeper deeper communication as to understanding purpose of life and purpose of just being. See, most of you need to learn how to communicate on different levels. I'm not talking about just talk to a person. I'm talking about your body language, tone, your eyes, if you really look at that person, your character, everything. Because if you don't know how to communicate with individuals that it's very hard to talk to, then how we ever move in life? I'll let you know real quick. Being an African American male, mixed with a little bit of Indian and Irish, and everything else, lad and laddies, I will let you know that on top of everything with the communicating, I can easily say, well, how you guys do today? Oh, really? Are you sure? Okay, cool. Guess we can do that. 2, hey, man, what's cracking with you? Man, hey, you seen the new movie? Bruh, let me tell you. Trust me, come black folk, we got 2 different switches. We know, like Dave Chappelle, we know how to speak that street vernacular, that white talk. We know how to speak that jive, the black talk. It's funny, but it's the truth. We know how to communicate. I ain't gonna play no more music after this. We're gonna continue to talk and keep it real. But you guys need to learn how to communicate with each other. Most folks, hey puppy, most folks know how to communicate with each other. Other folks don't know how to communicate with each other. And most folks' communication level sucks so bad because they just don't know how to, they don't know how to differentiate different words. Not even words, they don't know how to differentiate when somebody is just playing around, not being serious, and things of that nature, you know? So it's a sad state of affairs. Folks, you guys need to learn how to truly communicate on, once again, on a higher level, to which, especially for those of you that are firecrackers, meaning that somebody could piss you off and you just cuss them out so bad because that's the only way you can get at them, or be like, woo, bring them down. Learn how to shut the fuck up and not say anything. I'm going to say that again for the people in the back because some of y'all don't really listen to what I'm saying. Learn how to shut the fuck up and not say anything. Especially if you run in a business and somebody try to accuse you of something and you just want to beat that person upside the head. Learn to stay quiet. Learn to communicate in peace, meaning let them talk, they talk. Let them say what they want to say. You just stay quiet, analyze everything that is around you. Because once you truly analyze everything that's around you, you start to see key points of certain things around the environment that make you say, okay. That makes you say, if I got to argument with this person, there's an object over there, object 1 and object 2 and object 3. If we start getting to a fist fight, object 1 or object 3 might hit me, or object 2 might come flying at me, or I might grab object 1. You guys get what I'm saying? Look at the bigger picture. And at the same time, even like those who work at 9 to 5 and your boss is just like, I have worked a certain amount of years of my experience here at woo woo woo. And at the same time, you think to yourself, okay, so my 6 years of experience against your woo woo woo, you said you worked up in here woo 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 for a amount of years, but I never seen you nowhere on the airfield around this terminal in the past woo woo years I've been working here. So who's lying and where the hell you been at? That's the thought, not saying it out loud. Some folks just don't give a fuck and they just be like blah 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 blah. And then when you get in trouble like a schoolyard kid that just cuts out the teacher and you go into the principal's office, mainly the principal office in life is you get sent home, but most of us are those who like, shoot, we get sent home, okay, cool, get sent home for work, cool, I could pay off some bills, take care of some business that I need to take care of today. But if you ain't got nothing to fall back on, you could be ass out. Then again, I take it back. Not gonna really be ass out. Probably for about a week or two. Because you go get into grind mode and try to find something else greater. And normally 9 to 10 times, you find something else greater. And you know what? To be real with y'all, sometimes, and this might sound kind of crazy, but sometimes talking against somebody or a corporation things, it may not be a bad idea. Reason being, because that might actually be your one-way ticket to get out from the place that you don't like to work at. Or from something that you do not like. Maybe your one-way ticket to get out. And get something else greater. You hear it happen to the greats most of the time, where something happened, they got kicked out somewhere, kicked out of school, whatever, and next thing you know, they start grinding on their goals and their dreams, and next thing you know, multi-fucking millionaires and billionaires. Like, huh? How does it happen? While everybody's struggling trying to get their million. That's because some of these cats is like, okay, it's like this right here is not working out for me. So I'm going to go ahead and do the opposite of what folks told me to do and make something else happen. That works for some people, not everybody. Because sometimes folks get that opportunity that they want. They get the deal, or they get whatever, and guess what? They set for life. Of course, you have a little problems here and there, but you go be at a certain level to which you know how to balance that issue or that problem without buying somebody's head off. Literally. Like over my job, lately, for about the past, I think, say, couple of months now, I've been, or probably like last month or whatever, or actually part of October, going November and this month, I've been on a very quiet tip on certain days where I just don't say nothing to nobody. And I was talking to a co-worker of mine. Me and her was talking about it when we was waiting on one of the big aircrafts of things. While I was in a high lift truck and stuff like that that had the blankets and all the stuff for it. The aircraft was going to provision. And we was over at the hangar, but maintenance and them was like, you guys gotta hop off. We about to move the aircraft, blah 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 blah, like they always do, and take their time, anyways. So Me and homegirl, we get to the high lift truck, go back to the airfield and everything, and wait for the aircraft to come so we can go ahead and finish the aircraft out. So we was talking about it. We was talking about it when, there'd be certain days. I said, damn, mosquito. To where there'd be certain days to which we truly just don't feel like talking to nobody and things of that nature. And we just feel like being peaceful. We just don't feel like being bothered. And then, you had the folks that, be like, good morning and stuff like that. And I'll be real with y'all, I'm really not a morning person. I am really not a morning person. So to my coworkers or family or folks or, good friends that listen to this, do know if I don't say nothing in the morning, don't take it personal. I'm just not a morning person. Have not been a morning person since grade school. Let's keep it real. And even with being older and you getting up at 4 or 5 something o'clock in the morning just to try to get to work on time and things of that nature, especially with gas prices high as hell in California and things of that nature, try to save money. So you take a public transportation, so you're getting up like a couple of hours or 2 or 3 hours early than most of your peers. And the funny thing is, those of us that take the bus and stuff, we tend to get to work on time more better than our peers who drive to work due to traffic and stuff. Yeah, but if you have a car to get to place from point A and point B, but sometimes it's good to actually pay attention to what's really going around in your world or in the outside world when you take the bus or whatever. Because even when I take an Uber sometimes, I kid you not, you meet the very most unique individuals. You start off a conversation, they let you know, you get inside the car, say good morning or good afternoon. They be like, you so, yeah. Then, for those of us that don't know how to make a conversation, just ask them. Just be like, just literally, and I've been doing this lately, just be like, hey, so how's your morning been going? How's your evening been going? And just start from right there. I met a couple interesting people and driving Ubers. And there have been some times on the Ubers where, just keep it peaceful, let the driver do his thing. I set up the post for the week and whatever in regards to what topic we'll be talking about on Monday or Tuesday or whatever and things of that nature. Or, there's been like instances where I talk with one cat. He got a movie off of Netflix. And see if I could find his name because I knew I had the thing in here. You guys can also find the movie too. Where is it at? See, you got so many notes inside of your phone. Out of My Hand. And I forgot the dude's last name, but he go by the name of Rodney, though. And if you go on Netflix, I think the movie still might be up there. It's called Out of My Hand. And this is a dope cat, a dope Uber driver. And I actually met him November 7th of this year, whatever, in the morning. And if he's listened to this, then hey, what up, Rodney? How you doing, brother? Continue to do your production, man, in regards to the film and all that great stuff. And the cat from Africa, though, that's the dope part. And I met a pretty cool number of folks that's from the motherland that's driving the Ubers. And, it's interesting when you really talk to them, especially being African-American man from South Central Los Angeles. It's really like Empress Way. I lived in different places of California, rather be black, white, Latino, whatever. So, blending with different cultures and also go to Fairfax High with all different cultures and things of that nature. Like most black folks that I know wouldn't listen to certain music genres or know about certain things and stuff like that in regards to other ethnicities and things of that nature. Most folks still be stuck on that hood shit of, okay, this is what I know from Imperial to whatever because this is all I'm indoctrinated to. And I'm like, no, I'm a tech nerd geek low-key from South Central Los Angeles with a little bit of a ghetto side low-key that only comes out when shit gets real. But that's rarely, because I never want to bring that side out, because that side will turn to the Godfather side. Literally. So I just gave y'all a little snippet of who is Chinchilla Q. in reality. But far from that, though, ladies and gents. Interesting when you meet different people from different cultures. And interesting we really hear from the brothers and sisters from the motherland, which they just talk about like, woo, do. And you just picturing it like, I need to go there. And trust me, my first trip around the world is going to be in Africa. It ain't going to be no damn Paris and things of that nature. That's going to be later, but I'm going to the motherland first. I'm actually see my auntie who lives out in one of the African countries and see how she doing and things, and really get the history and background and stuff from her out of the place that she's doing that, because she also had lived in Brazil at one time. So yeah. And I've been wanting to go to Brazil for a long time because I know people out in Brazil. Don't get the game twisted. I know people out in India too. Don't get the game twisted. I know people out in Scotland and the UK. Don't get shit twisted. I keep telling you guys, I'm an entrepreneur that's a music producer, or vice versa. So me also doing the online DJing thing too, I play some of my people's music from other countries on my radio show for free. Then charge them nothing. Like, y'all got music? Shoot them to me. I got people that need to hear it. Like, don't get the game twisted. Got good people, got good friends out of Canada who I would not mind playing the music on my radio show. Like, yo, because they got talent. And it's on a whole nother level of friendship, you know. It's like they don't have to pay nothing. I just place it out there. Why? Because music is everlasting. You're going to forever hear music. You're going to forever hear about a speaker as well. Don't get the game twisted. The podcast and the speaking, all that type of stuff, you're going to hear about that. You hear about Aristotle and Socrates and all great, you know, philosophers and things of that nature. Those of you, I already know the names to some of y'all that sound alien as hell. Because y'all like, who the fuck is the Aristotle and the Socrates? Well, it's in college. Studying philosophy a little bit. Well, one of the topics. I kid you not. Socrates and Aristotle, they kind of... I'll put it this way. You look at the Bible, read the book of Job. The book of Job is like literally the first book of philosophy where you really read it on a whole nother level, on the topics that they was talking about that we all can relate to. We all can relate to a Job, or as it's spelled out in today's age, J-O-B, which, you know, translates to job, but the biblical context for the name is actually Job. I think that's the reason why folks hate their job, because they having sometimes a little bit of, well, nah, I take that back. Folks don't really have a Job experience, not till you really read in the Bible what Job had went through and how God got him out from what he was going through. I'm gonna tell you right now, y'all. For those of y'all, I already know most of y'all ain't Christian and stuff like that, and I know most of y'all like, you a Christian that cursed? I'm gonna say it again, like I said each and every one of my podcasts. I'm a Christian that's not perfect. Literally, I'll let that be known first thing when you meet me. I'm not perfect. I'm trying to get to God's perfection, and it's not easy. It's not easy living this lifestyle. There's a whole lot of temptations that be hidden. But you know what? I wouldn't trade it for the world. Reason being, it's because by God's grace, always ask for forgiveness, but at the same time, He will let us know what lessons we need to learn when we slip up. Literally. And some of the lessons, you know, could have some little fun in it because, you got to laugh a little bit. There's some of the lessons where, oh yeah, it's going to bite you in the butt. It's going to bite you in the butt. At the same time, you grow from it though. Reason being, because you got to give your testimony to others that are going through the same thing you're going through. I'm just keeping it real. I'm just one of the messengers, but one of the crazy ones. Low key. And I will admit that. I'm not perfect whatsoever. And I always say this too. If a Christian ever tells you that they're perfect, they just lie to you right there. There's no such thing as a perfect Christian. Only one that's perfect was Jesus Christ himself. Literally. But why did I mention that? Because I mentioned the story of Job. Whenever you have the time, you ever open your Bible, they got Bible apps. They have Bible apps. Let you know again, they do have Bible apps. Download one of the Bible apps. Type in Job, spell Job. Type in Job. Read that book. You're going to see what a trip it is. Some of y'all going to say it's fairy tale. It's not. If Syria, which is named Assyria, Assyria, but they took the AS out later on, and it's called Syria. If you look at Syria, and then look at Iraq, then look at Iran, then look at Afghanistan, then look at Palestine, then look at Israel, then look at Jerusalem. You look at Egypt, you look at all those ancient territories around the world. Afghanistan, Iraq, and Iran was named Mesopotamia, which was one of the original Babylons back in the biblical age. I'm talking about they had buku dollars, man. They had money. They had the fame. They basically, what the United States is right now to the world is what Mesopotamia, which is now modern day Iraq, Afghanistan, and Iran is, which is not glamorous anymore due to the wars that they have with their cousins, which is the Israelites. Palestinians and Israelites, reason why they battling against each other is because those are ancient cousins. If you ever look in the Old Testament, Book of Genesis, look at the story of Esau and Jacob. What happened? Esau sold his birthright twice. Sold his birthright. I actually sold the first time for a bowl of soup because he was hungry. To his brother, Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel later. And then Esau, I think, if I'm not mistaken, sold his birthright again for something else. Oh, got his birthright taken with his brother Jacob. Well, Jacob's mama had. Y'all have to read the story. It's a trip. But when they daddy had blessed Jacob, he was like, yo, descendants will be very great in number and they will be very prosperous and things of that nature. Israelites. Israel still is. Esau, which is the Palestinians and things of that nature, and Iraqis and Syrians, and why they fighting with Israel and things of that nature, is because the daddy had placed a curse on, almost like a curse on Esau, saying that your younger brother will be way more powerful than you are. That pissed Esau off to where he wanted to kill his brother Jacob, who changed his name to Israel. So they made peace later on down the road. But the descendants of the family members, the modern day descendants that's happening, and these folks don't know that they're cousins, low key. They're fighting for the promised land. And they steadily, on the daily, just be killing each other back and forth for centuries. And you had different Babylons, like we right now in America, we're Babylon, but our Babylon Empire has fallen. In case y'all haven't noticed, it's fallen. Some of y'all might be saying, how does this communicate with the podcast Q? Like how does all of this go with what you're talking about? Well, like I said before, you have to understand certain things from a different point of view, from a different level. You have to understand that life is just way more than what you see on TV and what you see on a grand scheme of things. You have to understand that life really does not give you lemons. Life will not give you trouble unless you come looking for it. But you have to learn how to communicate different things. And where the hell that mosquito went out to? But yeah, you have to learn how to communicate different things. And just learn how to balance things out. You need to learn how to have inspiration, determination to make something happen. To have the aspiration to really continue to push forward. And at the same time, just to reflect on different things in life. See how I brought everything together? But at the same time, though, what are you going to do that you're going to change your situation to something else greater? What are you going to do before the new year hits? Matter of fact, what are you going to do next month in January for the new year? What are you going to do in 2019? Are you going to continue to do the same shit that you've been doing for about the past 5, 3, 4 fucking years? Or are you going to continue to just push forward in life and make things happen? What are you going to do? If you've been sticking with me, listen to my voice for this podcast, I really appreciate you. Because you are one of the rare breeds that truly want to make a difference in your life. And you are truly one of the rare breeds that truly want to make a difference. Not just your life, but the difference of others. Ladies and gents, y'all need to stop being afraid of making things happen. Just make things happen. Life is too short to not enjoy life. And most of us walk in our own darkness because we don't know how to comprehend things in life, period. So learn not to walk in darkness, but learn to enjoy light and to enjoy life on a different perspective. I'm your host for this evening, Q Moore, also known as DJ Skylar or Chinchilla Q of HipRockerProductionsCM.com. Everything will be updated on the website this following Tuesday on Christmas. I totally forgot that I had to work on the website. On Tuesday, I didn't have my laptop with me. Let my little sister use it for college work and things of that nature. So I didn't get a chance to update everything on the website this past week. And I was kind of hot about it too because I was also trying to upload the instrumental album and try to do the radio show and stuff like that. Like, I would really try to do a whole lot of stuff because Monday I was out of it. Really was out of it. Especially when you get some news that, you don't want to hear. And it kind of takes like your whole day away and things of that nature. So, yeah, it kind of do like a little blue back and thing. So, let's just say I was on Godfather mode. Literally. I had to contain myself. But other than that, though, by God's grace, everything worked out for the better. But with that, though, I'm going to try to update everything tomorrow. Keep myself staying busy. Even when I'm burnt out for work, but still keep myself busy. So be on the lookout tomorrow for the pre-update of the website. Because I know that, that'd be perfect. Because when I do the video podcast, either on Monday or probably Tuesday, I might actually do it on Tuesday morning. Go towards the beach. Because I hadn't been in the Christmas feeling lately. Once you get older, for those of you that got kids, you get into the Christmas spirit. For those of you that just be like, it's just another day, you kind of put it this way, the feeling is not fully there only because for those of us that work jobs, we make our own money, so we get the things we really wanted. We like, that's all we want. But like I said before, I told my family members and certain friends, I was like, man, don't give me nothing. He's like, why not? I said, I work. So the things that I wanted to get, like the machine, music beat player thingy, whatever, that's the Tractor Pro 3, the little DJ thingy, that's, I have a little PlayStation 4, I play some video games from time to time and things of that nature, got that. So certain things that I wanted to get, even the Pokemon Let's Go Eevee version, that's, which I still had to finish playing because I actually want to dive more deeper into the game and things of that nature. Actually, it's another reason I finished playing that game either too. Try to do something else on there as well. But in regards to all of that though, just the fact that the reason why I'm gonna work on the website tomorrow because I'm actually lay down in a couple minutes. But other than that though, just the fact that I have the things I want to get, even trading my iPhone XS for the iPhone XR, And some of my tech people out there might be like, bro, why you got the lower model version? And part of the reason being is because of the price and because they have different colors, but mainly because of the price, and the camera is a little bit more better than the 10s. And I don't like OLED screens. I like LCD screens better because it's got better color accuracy. OLED screens is a little bit too saturated for me. I'm cool on that. I noticed that with Samsung phones. When you take a picture, it's very blown out. I like things to look natural, and that way I could just edit it like that. Edit to look kind of whatever, not have pictures blown the hell out. And I'm like, man, what I mean by blown out is just, I mean, like the colors, it's really popping. When we compare it to your reality, what you're really looking at, you can tell there's a whole lot of automation onto it. Most y'all did not understand what the hell I just said in regards to picture taking and things of that nature. It's cool. Go look at some tech YouTubers on YouTube and get an understanding of it. And you know what I'm talking about. But with that though, I'll make sure I have that website updated tomorrow. Partially because once I do the video podcast and I'll upload the podcast, the video part on Tuesday. So yeah. I'll also work on Christmas. I might even try to come in on Christmas. I'll shoot. I'll see how Sunday goes first before we do all that. Actually, I'll see how tomorrow goes first and Sunday. Because during the weekends lately, it's been kind of hectic. And I have a feeling tomorrow and Sunday really go. I have a feeling this whole week about to really be. Weekend about to really be hectic over LAX. Because this is when people really start flying in. I'm good. I'll stay home with Christmas. Even though I would love to get that time and a half. We'll see what happens. Other than that, though, ladies and gents, catch you guys on the flip side. If you do hear this podcast, it's because I upload the podcast ahead of time on a Friday, on today, and things of that nature. So it should be up on Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And then be on the website on tomorrow or Tuesday. Well, it'll be on YouTube. This podcast will be on YouTube, which will be on my website later on. So with that, it's your boy Chinchilla Q saying peace, one love, sayonara. Catch you guys on the flip side. I'm going to kill this damn mosquito and things if I figure out where the heck it stops at and just squish it. Other than that, catch you guys on the flip side. Your boy Chinchilla Q, one love, deuces, peace out.